We are more than just one coin. We create the world around this coin.
Well, that is Dr. Ruja Ignatova, the Bulgarian businesswoman who went missing after convincing 1.5 million people to invest in her cryptocurrency. She was very impressive, educated at Oxford, a financial genius who featured on the cover of Forbes, sort of. Glamorous too, dressed in ball gowns and diamonds, she made people believe they could be rich just like her. And then, one day in 2017, she suddenly disappeared. And now she is wanted by the FBI for alleged fraud and is the subject of a major BBC podcast. In a moment, we'll be speaking to a Scottish woman who says that she lost her life savings. And we'll hear from the American who tried to warn her. But first, an introduction to Dr. Ruja and her creation, OneCoin.
Knowledge, power, and money. That's what makes us successful. Let's give a warm applause for our creator, Dr. Ruja. Applause, please.
OneCoin will be the #1 cryptocurrency worldwide. Nobody else has such a coin like ours.
That's what I'm talking about.
We will write history. Nobody can compare to us.
Authorities say it was nothing more than a $3 billion Ponzi scheme.
It's not Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, but a criminal network.
It was just a matter of time before somebody comes out with some scammy coin, okay?
In some strange way, this is a remarkable achievement. To have fooled so many people and then to have vanished off the face of the earth.
We get criticized so much. We are a network marketing company. We're not a real cryptocurrency or whatever I hear out there. But we will do something that nobody else does and teach these people.
So, where is the crypto queen now? That is a question we'll be asking later in the show. But for now, let's just try to get a grip on the scandal itself. We're talking about OneCoin, a supposed cryptocurrency which the FBI calls an old-school pyramid scheme on a new-school platform. The company is still operating today and still has numerous websites, including this one. And that's despite its founder, Dr. Ruja, being on the run from the FBI and her younger brother being in a New York jail awaiting trial. He's charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Well, we contacted the company for a statement, but unfortunately it didn't get back to us. But it has issued this statement in the past. OneCoin verifiably fulfills all criteria for the definition of a cryptocurrency. Well, our guests, of course, certainly do not agree with that. They are Jen McAdam up there, who says she lost all her savings to OneCoin, and Tim Curry, he's the cryptocurrency expert who first warned Jen that she was being conned. Jen, welcome to the show. We'd like to start with you. Just exactly how much did you lose and what effect has it had on your life?
I personally lost 10,000 euros and friends collectively our loss has been 250,000 euros. It has been absolutely devastating for the last, since early 2016, when I first invested.
And Tim, you tried to warn Jen after she'd made the investment. What is it about OneCoin that first made you suspicious?
I first was approached to check out this new cryptocurrency in March of 2015. And so I went to the website, and at the time, it was a pretty new company, only about 6 months old. And the website itself just had a ton of grammar and spelling errors, and it just wasn't very well designed. And most particularly, the lexicon that was portrayed on the website just didn't jive with someone who would know something about cryptocurrency and be talking about it. And the company itself didn't accept cryptocurrency and wouldn't for another 19 months after it started.
Now, Tim, you've spent a lot of time over the past couple of years getting in touch with investors, trying to warn them, despite, you say, death threats. Why do you do it? Why do you keep on persisting like this?
There's 3, maybe 4 reasons, and they're in this order. The insertion of these criminals into the cryptocurrency space causes regulatory or hyper-regulation is what I call it, because governments don't understand the technology or are just catching up to it. And so they're going to regulate it to protect the people or whatever the case, and that's going to stifle innovation. Secondly, the public perception of cryptocurrencies in general, particularly Bitcoin, because that's the one most people think of, are going to be tarnished by these types of scams. Thirdly, and lastly, of course, the human element. A scam this size or any scam really leaves a trail of financial devastation in its path.
Tim, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but, you know, we spoke to one of OneCoin's big sellers on the phone, and he basically accused you of working against OneCoin in order to benefit a rival cryptocurrency. Have you heard that before? And is there any truth to it?
I've heard that since the very beginning, and we've been called everything in the Ponzi playbook. And when I say Ponzi playbook, this is something that all Ponzi scams and pyramid schemes use, is they call anyone who speaks out against them haters. They accuse them of being jealous. They accuse them of being paid. And this is ironic because it doesn't matter which scam, it's the same types of terminology. And this is all passed down to the members from the leaderships. And it's to deflect the responsibility that they take upon themselves. Bitcoin is a decentralized, distributed, and open source cryptocurrency and network that there is no leader, there is no CEO. There's no way that someone can benefit directly by talking about or sharing the news about Bitcoin. It's more of a philosophy, an ideology, taking back the power from corporations and big banks who've, proven time and time again that they're some of the most corrupt entities and biggest money launderers on earth.
Okay. Now, Tim actually approached Jen back in November 2016 to tell her that she was part of a big scam, in his opinion. But Jen, who'd invested her life savings, well, she just refused to believe him at first. And she actually recorded the conversation on Skype. Here's a bit of it.
You need to stop harassing people and you need to stop upsetting people because this is...
No, I'm not going to do that because you people are scamming people out of money and this company is going to crack, it's going to collapse.
And obnoxious. I have never met anybody like I personally...
I don't give a okay? It's a scam. It's a scam.
The way that you're speaking, it's disgusting and we're meant to, and people are to take you serious. Oh, come on.
Jen, now that you feel you had your eyes opened by Tim and you look back at yourself then, how do you feel about that conversation?
I just feel, I listen to myself and I can't believe that is me. It's as though I'm a different woman. Utterly brainwashed by it all. And at that time, I just did not know about and I just didn't understand blockchain technology. What the information I knew was from OneCoin. When you purchase your OneCoin package, you're entered into a OneCoin WhatsApp groups. There's many of them. And in this WhatsApp group, Tim's name was mentioned and you were told to block him automatically. He was a OneCoin hater. He advocated for Bitcoin and he did not want to see OneCoin become the #1 cryptocurrency. So when Tim messaged me one Friday evening in November 2016, and this happened over the weekend. It was constant. You know, he was giving me information that it was just so much information, and my defences were up straight away because I'm thinking what I've heard in these groups. This guy, you know, I was told he was crazy.
So you were convinced that Tim was the liar here and that Dr. Ruja was the real thing. Tell us how you came to believe so deeply in Dr. Ruja.
Well, initially when I was showing OneCoin, just before I invested, you're shown you're invited onto a webinar, and these webinars are held daily and through the night, 3-4 times a day. And so you're invited onto this webinar, and you're showing the story of Bitcoin. Then you're showing the story of the founder, and you're showing clips of the video of when she attended the Economist Economic Summit. She's standing, she gave a 15-minute presentation. You're showing that she's on Forbes Bulgaria front cover, which is a lie. It was a second page advertisement. She was shown to be on Financial IT magazine. You're told that she's a doctorate, you know, she has a PhD. She comes across very astute. And I looked at her and thought, wow, because previously I was a businesswoman, and I just thought, oh my goodness, this woman, she's achieved all this. I just thought it was fantastic.
When you see her associated with The Economist, with Forbes and others, and even that glamorous party, her birthday party, in which she had as a guest performer Tom Jones, for you felt she must be legitimate.
That's exactly what I felt. They were what ticked the boxes for me.
You invested, as you say, around $10,000. All the money your father had left you just recently, really. What were you hoping for when you put your life savings into OneCoin?
Well, that money that my father left me, I wanted to do something good with it. You know, he was a hard-working class man. He was a miner. He lived to his 92. He was a good man, and I wanted to do something good with that money. So I was looking for an investment opportunity. My best friend knew this, and that's why she approached me. And I really thought this was a good investment opportunity. I thought this would be the best place for my dad's money to go.
And have you spoken to the company?
You can't call them. There's no phone number to call them. And when you email them, you don't really get a reply. I did receive a reply once I started speaking out publicly about this scam. And but my reply was from a solicitor that Ruja Ignatova and OneCoin Limited had sent to try and silence me from speaking publicly.
Okay. Well, you know, at first glance, OneCoin does look just like any other cryptocurrency. It has a fancy website, you pay your money, and you're supposed to get an online account so you can monitor your investment. But crucially, OneCoin allegedly doesn't have what's called a blockchain, although it says it does. Well, why is that important? Take a look. A cryptocurrency without a blockchain is a bit like a car without an engine, made of cardboard. It looks good, but there's simply nothing behind it. And here's what I mean. In the real world, a mint tries to make it impossible for notes and coins to be forged. In the online world, a blockchain ensures that no one can forge a crypto coin, and that security gives it its value. So, without a blockchain, experts deem OneCoin totally worthless. But of course, OneCoin disputes this. It says it has got a blockchain, it just can't tell us about it. But that claim hasn't convinced any businesses. You still can't spend it in the shops, and you still can't sell it and get hard cash. But Dr. Ruja said, there's no need to worry.
This exchange one day will be switched on and be a global exchange for everyone.
But fortunately, OneCoin has built a special online marketplace where you can spend your OneCoins. It's called Deal Shaker. Charming little items such as these handmade accessories, or these hand-finished candles. Or if those don't tempt you, what about a bunch of pineapples? It's hardly Amazon, is it? In fact, the closer you look at OneCoin, the more it looks less like a cryptocurrency and more like a massive pyramid scheme. Dr. Ruja and her inner circle seducing investors who unwittingly sucked in others. The upper echelons made commission, but nearly everyone else lost out. Well, as I mentioned, we've been speaking to one of OneCoin's big sellers, and he insisted that OneCoin does have a blockchain and that there were two independent German reports supporting this claim. Let's go to Tim again. Tim, what do you make of that?
The whole point of a blockchain is to be able to have an immutable ledger to be able to verify transactions. They took place, they're timestamped, things like that. OneCoin has never had anything like that.
And what about these German reports, that they claim to have, that verify their blockchain?
They're bogus. If I pay an attorney or a lawyer enough money, they'll write pretty much whatever I want and indemnify themselves in writing that. And they don't prove anything whatsoever.
Now, while we were not able to reach OneCoin's head office in Bulgaria, we were able to speak to a computer programmer who says OneCoin asked him if he could build a blockchain for them in 2016, but that was 2 years after the company launched.
They were not anywhere close to a cryptocurrency of any kind, and they still are not. I have still not seen any proof that there is any type of even local blockchain there. When you do transactions in OneCoin, they don't go anywhere close to the machine that's showing the blockchain. There's no connection between the transactions being done and the blockchain that they're showing or the simulator that they're showing.
Tim, do you just want to make sense of that? Because when people look at the charts of OneCoin and the value is going up and up and up and up, what exactly are they looking at?
They're looking at numbers on a screen that someone made up and invented to keep people kind of hooked and having hope. OneCoin's value is simply a number that's invented by Ruja Ignatova or the company. And the only way for anything to have value is if there is a market that determines that value. Value is created based on supply and demand and buyers and sellers. And there is no such thing that exists in OneCoin.
And it's not coming?
No, you can't have an exchange if you don't have a blockchain because you don't have a coin. All you have is a coupon on a SQL database like airline miles or like Starbucks stars. It's a coupon. It's a Ponzi points in a database.
Okay, well, this is what OneCoin says. They say its value is confirmed and reflects constant worldwide trading activities such as the Deal Shaker platform, one of the major global trading platforms. Jenna, were you able to buy things from Deal Shaker? Have you ever tried?
No, because at the time they were just starting to build Deal Shaker, and when they did, it was nonsense. You know, it was cheap rubbish, and even then, it was you had to pay in fiat and OneCoin.
Yeah, I wanted to interject that in terms of Deal Shaker, not only is everything overpriced and typically portion one OneCoins and a portion fiat currency, but it's a self-arranged shipping platform. So imagine that you go to Amazon or to Alibaba or something like this, and you say, oh, that's really cool. And then you have to, you want to buy it, and so you pay for it, but you have to arrange the shipping yourself. That's how the platform Deal Shaker works. It's a self-arranged shipping platform. It's ridiculous.
And Jen, have you ever gone to the police about this?
Yeah, when I reached out to Tim again in March 2017, I remember he said he had a contact he was speaking to in London City Police Fraud Laundering Unit. So I asked him, could I have that contact number? Called the following day. I spoke to a DC there. He confirmed OneCoin investigation in the UK and believed that it was a Ponzi fraud scam. He advised me not to invest any further and also to advise others, which I did the following day.
Well, Jen mentioned the London City Police there. They deal with the fraud in the United Kingdom, and they've dropped the investigation into OneCoin, but insist it doesn't mean that there isn't a problem with it. In fact, it says it agrees with foreign law enforcement agencies and is cooperating with their investigations. Well, presumably, they are referring to the FBI. And, you know, despite the FBI investigation, the disappearance of Dr. Ruja, too, there are still people out there who believe or say they believe in OneCoin. Here's a couple of comments on YouTube under an interview Jen gave to the BBC just a month or so ago. They say, "I'm invested in OneCoin and I'm very happy with that and changed my life for the best." Another one says, "OneCoin is a real financial revolution and future of payment. I'm surprised for BBC professionality." And finally, we strongly condemn BBC blackmailing. We 3.5 million. We are educational opportunity and financial revolution. No one can stop us. Jen, I'll just come back to you for a moment. Obviously, these people hold the opposite view of you, but you understand how they feel, don't you? Why do you think they continue to feel that way?
Because that's what they're continuously told in the groups. And when you don't understand blockchain technology, or you have no knowledge of it, or cryptocurrency, you believe everything you're told. I empathise with them because I was once there. I was once that person. That's what you're told. And when you're in these groups, you believe everything you're told. Outside, you think you're told that everybody's a hater. Don't listen to Google. It tells lies. You know, the investigation in the UK, it's wrong. So people don't even pick up the phone to call.
Now, as we mentioned at the top of the programme, Dr. Ruja and OneCoin are now the subject of a major BBC investigative podcast, which found that a significant proportion of OneCoin investors in the UK were from the South Asian Muslim community, and they were attracted by Dr. Ruja's pitch, which was aimed directly at them.
Now what we want to do, and this was very, very dear to my heart because I know we have so many customers who are Muslims, we now have upgraded the CoinSafe product not to give you interest, but the CoinSafe product can generate gift coins for you. So if you want to use the CoinSafe product, you will be asked to tick a box if you would like to use the Sharia compliant version.
Now, interestingly, an Islamic finance center in Pakistan did grant Sharia compliance to one of OneCoin's products. However, it subsequently withdrew the approval after OneCoin erroneously claimed the whole company was compliant. Well, we spoke to an Islamic scholar who has looked into OneCoin in the United Kingdom, and he didn't like what he found.
So when OneCoin was sort of catching up a bit of a sort of speed and interest from the community, members started to get in touch with me saying, is this halal? Is it legal? Am I allowed to invest in this thing? The first thing that I saw, which was quite concerning, was that there was a compensation plan associated with the OneCoin. And that was very much set up as a multi-level marketing, some would say a pyramid marketing, in which individuals were being recruited, and those individuals being recruited had an upline and a downline. So really, as soon as I saw that, I thought, this does not sound right. So when I looked at the terms and conditions, I could see most of the conditions were based upon giving an unfavorable advantage to OneCoin. And that's what I pointed out in my first fatwa.
Whether the cryptocurrency side of it exists or not, that itself is questionable.
So, you know, people have taken massive decisions thinking that it's a winner, and it's not because they've sat down with a financial advisor and looked at the scheme and thinking, is this something that's going to be fine? They've gone by uncles, aunties, brothers and sisters saying, look, this is a winner, and I've just put 10,000 in it. I don't want you to be left behind. And that kind of emotional pressure, you could say, or that social pressure that's around these sorts of things, that's what's really done it.
Now, Jen runs a victim support group. So, Jen, I want to ask you, how many calls have you had, or emails or whatever, from the Muslim community?
I couldn't even count it. Since we opened up the first group in April 2017, we now have victim support groups covering every continent.
And what do they say to you typically?
They're so upset. A lot of people are that they go between severely depressed, anxious, sad, upset, and even I've spoke to so many people that has even been left feeling suicidal.
The biggest investigation, the most important one probably, is taking place in New York. When you watch that from over in Scotland, do you feel any hope that you'll get your money back?
I'll always keep hope for that. When I opened up the first victim support group, it was to share the truth and to see justice happen. And many victims now, that's what they want. I think that's what will bring a lot of peace to many people. Whether there'll be a victim asset recovery fund down the line, I hope so, but at this time I can't see.
Well, Jen McAdam and Tim Curry, thank you very much for your contributions to the Nexus today, and thank you for watching. Remember, you can check out our YouTube channel online, but for now, goodbye and see you next week.